Welcome back, folks. Another episode of Two in the Cooler, ladies and gentlemen, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate you guys tuning in, following us on Instagram, and subscribing to the YouTube. It's awesome. And if you want to support the show even further, no, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. Emily's looking at, do you want to cut that because you stuttered? No, we're keeping it. We're powering through. What I was saying was, if you want to support the show even further, you can actually do something to benefit yourself, and that is check out the merch, because it's going to make you look as good as you're feeling it at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com, or the link is going to be in the description of this episode and in our Instagram bio. Check it out. We've got hoodies like this one that I'm wearing. We've got t-shirts, mugs, hats, bucket hats. We got a lot of great stuff on there now that I'm trying to remember. We got water bottles, pint glasses, whatever you're looking for. And the clothes especially, folks, because I'll tell you what, so many times, I cannot tell you how many times I've been burned by wanting to get a cool t-shirt from maybe like another podcast, or like, you know, you go to some event or whatever, and you want to support the folks, so you buy a shirt. And it's that cheap fucking brand, and it fits like a cardboard box. You can only wear it one time, and because it shrinks, and then it feels disgusting even when you can put it on. You don't need to do that to yourself, okay? That's not what you're going to get with us. I would not cheap out on you on the merchandise available again at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. The t-shirts especially, tri-blend material, folks. I'm talking, that's Target quality t-shirts. You're not getting that from other shows. And of course, it really helps us out a lot. So please check that stuff out. Get yourself something nice at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. And again, the episode description is going to have the link. The link is also going to be in our Instagram bio, so check that stuff out. I'm sure you've heard of Instacart, and I'm sure you know that you can use it to get the groceries that you need. But you can also get some of your other favorite products from some of your other favorite stores delivered right to your front door using Instacart. The best part is right now, Two in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do is spend $10, and Instacart will deliver whatever you're looking for right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. So check that out. All you have to do to get the great deal is hit the link in this episode description and start using Instacart today. Make things a little bit easier on yourself. Again, that is free delivery on your first order of $10 or more with Instacart. Just hit the link in the show description. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show, Schemin' and Dreamin', email snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. And the reason I make a point to say this at the top, during the intro of the show, is because podcasting is very big. There's a lot of really big podcasts out there, and people are making a lot of money off of podcasts. Companies who advertise on podcasts are making a lot of money. It's very effective. That's why McDonald's is advertising on podcasts, State Farm, like massive companies. It's fucking insane. It's cool, but my problem with it is that it doesn't leave any room. There's no market right now for smaller local companies to get in on that action, to get in on all the benefits that podcast advertising has to offer. Luckily, that's where we come in. So if you're interested in learning more about all of those benefits, again, reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com.
I think it could be Splooge.
Let's start the show. I think it's Splooge.
It could be
Shaq is in that movie, right? At the end?
Oh, it's his shoes.
Yeah.
That's what
they like. He's like the sponsor. Shaq. Dude, Shaq, I was talking about him recently with somebody. You might have been there when I was talking about how he does all those endorsements, because he's just got a lot of people to take care of. He was not wise with his money when he was in the NBA, and that's why he lives in Florida and stuff too, for tax purposes. But
that's why he does the general commercials.
Yeah. That's why, because he needs the cash.
For
but
a low rate, you can get online.
A couple years ago, he hosted the NBA awards, I think it was, and it was right as he was right in the middle of his divorce, and it was the funniest thing ever. You could tell he was so angry. He was throwing out knives at his ex-wife throughout the whole fucking show, and then at the end,
verbally.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you meant he was throwing knives at people.
No, it was not a circus act. And then at the end of the show, he's like closing out. He's like, "Thanks everybody for being here. Remember," she's like, "Oh, what did he say?" It was something like, "I want to thank everybody so much for coming out, except for my bitch ex-wife." Like, don't, it was something like that.
Don't get married. Subtraction.
Yeah. It's subtraction. Two people becoming one. That's subtraction.
That was Eddie Murphy. That's who you were doing there. Not on purpose.
Two people becoming one. That's subtraction. If it goes up, it's Eddie Murphy. If it goes lower,
Yeah.
then it's maybe closer to Sinbad.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy, man. I hope he does stand up again. But I don't know if he will. Do you think? Because like Chappelle gets in a lot of trouble for
But he
jokes
don't
and
care.
stuff. Yeah, I know, but I think
He
that.
doesn't care. Sorry, that's bad English. It just came out.
But I wonder if that is something that is keeping because
Like
the thing,
keeping
like,
Eddie Murphy or guys
yeah.
like that from doing stand-up.
Well, because like Jerry Seinfeld, for example, he's like a super rich, super famous comedian, right? At that kind of level, he talks about cancel culture like all the time, and it's like, dude, nobody's gonna cancel you for like a myriad of reasons. Haven't used that word in a long time. Pretty sure I used it correctly. So these guys are all kind of like worried about that for no reason. I guess just
I don't
because
think
it just seems,
reason.
but
I feel like they're
it just seems
canceling
like out
people
of touch.
left and right. No, see, I don't know. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I'm not sure, but I hear he's still like Eddie Murphy. That is, I hear he's still super funny. He has like parties at his house, and they say he's like just destroys
Hysterical.
everybody. Yeah, he said he was gonna do it when he was on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. That was like a couple years ago, but I don't know, man. You gotta get things moving, dude.
Moving and grooving.
Yeah, moving, grooving.
Love, take me down to the streets.
Oh fuck, that's what I'm glad we were watching Good Burger. Next time we record, that's what I'll put on. Is Role Models. That movie's excellent.
What's it on, you think? I might watch it when I leave here.
It might be on Netflix again.
That movie's so funny.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
We are the ass of chipmunk ass butts.
Oh man, that kid, he kills it. Everybody kills it in that movie. That movie's
Ooh.
that movie's
I'm about to
underrated.
run a
I
train on
dare
these
say.
chicken tendies. I'm gonna be like,
Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
that dude's funny.
He is funny. I mean, kid was getting work back then.
When
man.
he was when he's watching him like LARP by himself, like in the first, and he's making out with the air, and he's like, "Oh, I was just, yeah." It's a funny scene. There's a lot of funny scenes in that movie.
Yeah, I'd say that one's underrated.
That kid's parents, well, his mom and his stepdad.
Oh yeah, Ken Marino
Yeah.
is his stepdad, I think.
Nope, not my kid. Nope, take that inside. Yep, just good old classic step parenting.
I rewatched the first American Pie movie recently, and I'll tell you what, like the way that those movies came out, and there's been so many like weird offshoots and sequels since then, and a lot of all of them, I should say, really are just so focused on like the sex comedy part of it all. That first movie, I'll tell you what, I think that's a legitimately good movie about like a group of buddies. Like I think that's it's obviously a raunchy version of this, but I think as far as coming of age stories go, it's legitimate. It's excellent.
I'd have to go back and rewatch it. I had never seen them for like the longest time, and then a few years ago, I don't know how long. I can't even. Everything's a blur. But it was at some point in the last couple of years, I like watched one of them kind of on accident. You know what I mean? Like it was just on.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this movie's fucking hysterical. And then I went and watched all of them, like every single like. Up until like the ones that Netflix started making or whatever, because I feel like there's a few of those.
I think they might have done one or something. There's one that recently came out that supposedly was. I mean, the reviews for it were terrible. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it was like.
I feel like reviews for movies like that are always terrible, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're just
Yeah.
not.
Have you seen the new Top Gun yet? I want to see it
No,
so
did you see it?
bad.
I forgot it was coming out. Like,
I
did
wanna
that
see
come
it
out this
so
weekend
bad.
or last
Yeah,
weekend?
it came out yesterday.
Nice.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see it so bad. Well, yeah, yesterday. Today's Saturday. Recording on Saturday again.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, man. It's weird. It throws a loop. In my brain.
Sorry, I hope it doesn't throw you off too much.
No, I mean, listen. What are you gonna do?
That reminds me. The So last week, obviously, I was talking about how I got to shave my beard.
Yeah.
So on Thursday, I went to rehearsal for the play, and the director was like, you're getting close to when it's got to come off. And I was like, yeah. I was just talking about that. My brother told me I was going to look like shit and all this stuff. He got this very concerned look on his face, like, not like, why would he say that, but more like, is this guy going to look like shit? Like, should I tell him not to? So then we were talking about it, and all the other members of the cast are like, wait, what? And he was like, I was like, oh, I have to shave my beard. Mike's telling me I got to shave my beard and stuff. And they were like, no, you can't do that. Don't do that. And I'm like, no, it's happening. Like, I'm on board. I'm ready to go now. We have a thing set up. We're going someplace to, like, get it shooped off on Wednesday. But so then as I'm leaving rehearsal, the director, like, stops me, and he's like, I don't know if I can in good conscience have you shave. And I was like, I'm literally messaging with this dude right now to, like, get these things set up, like, because now it's content, so it's happening.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all for it. And because everybody's like, oh, no. Now I'm definitely doing it.
Yeah.
And he was like, I feel like everybody's mad at me because I'm telling you to shave. And I was like, okay, you don't have to worry about that. Like, this is all.
These people already hate you. Yeah. I have no clue. He's a good guy?
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. He's very This play, which is the first 2 weekends of June, just a quick shout out plug.
Yeah.
So their opening night was supposed to sorry. There's a much better way to say this, and I'm trying to get to it. So when they were originally trying to put on this play, 3 days before their opening night was when everything shut down because of COVID.
Wow. So they've been waiting for this one for a long time.
Yeah, so he's been waiting for it for a long time, and but it's gonna be good. It's cool. I'm excited to do it.
So when rehearsals started, were people already pretty good at what? Like, I mean, obviously they probably had to re-remember.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago or whatever. I don't know. Some of them said that it was like coming back to them a little bit, but still, like, I feel like once you're done, like, you're gone about it. But
it's Christmas time in the city. I hum Christmas music. Like, I'll catch myself. Like, I hum a lot, and sometimes I'll catch myself being like, I was humming Christmas music. Like, and I worry about myself mentally. I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't be humming Christmas music in the middle of March. Like, you know what I mean?
No, that does sound like something somebody's lawyer could use to prove that you should be institutionalized. Yeah. Perhaps this is the beginning of your slow but steady descent into madness, dare I say?
That's like my worst fear ever.
I think about that all the time.
No, like I that is a huge fear of mine, is like going crazy.
Me too, because you don't
know you're going
crazy. So all the time I'm like I'm literally.
You want to know what petrifies me is like Green Goblin, like from. You know what I mean? Because
like having a split personality.
When he isn't Green Goblin, he's like, I can't get this like person out of my body. Like, I'm doing horrible stuff. Whoa, what just happened there?
Just a little.
And yeah, but then all of a sudden he's just Green Goblin again, and he's just fucking people up. He doesn't care.
Yeah,
he wants to bring the world down. He wants to see the world in pain.
Yeah, I think about it a lot.
Maybe not to that extent, but like
driving and stuff though. I'll be like, oh, am I cracking up? Like, am I losing it?
Am I losing my marbles?
Am I losing my marbles?
I don't want to lose my marbles.
No.
I like my marbles where they are.
Shout out to Hook.
Hook.
But the
Hook.
Oh, don't do that, dude. That part is that movie is so fucking scary when he gets the kids.
I know we talked about this
a
few episodes ago, but that's like the only part of that movie that I remember. Hook.
That movie's really good. That's an excellent movie. It's long as fuck though. It's like 2.5 hours long for like.
I feel like that's like standard kids movie these days now.
I mean, these days, sure, I guess, but that movie, I want to say that came out in '96 or '93, somewhere in the '90s. Excellent movie, excellent set of films. God, can you imagine? I mean, Robin Williams is dead, so they'd never like remake it. But I feel like they would
do him like that.
He's what? He is dead.
Put some respect on his name.
Dude, when Robin Williams died, I remember everybody was like posting on Instagram about it. That's the first celebrity death that I really remember a lot of people posting about. And there's this one dude. So it's all these like black and white headshots of Robert Williams. Everybody's like, so sad. You know, Aladdin meant so much to me. This one guy, he posted. His post was the movie poster for the film RV, and he was like, I can't believe Robin Williams is dead. RV is like my favorite movie ever.
Fair.
That movie was bad. That movie sucked.
I'm sure.
I do remember watching it.
Well, that was
on
like a
repeat
kids movie
from Blockbuster,
Yeah.
but it was still bad.
That was a big time kids comedy movie. Like there was no. That wasn't for adults.
No.
Yeah.
No. It was there weren't any good movies like that coming out. Like that type of movie, they were.
We're
all
the
bad
Millers
during
is
that
funny.
time. Oh yeah, of course. But again, this
I just thought
that's
of
it's
RVs.
years later. Yeah, the RV movie. As far as RV movies go,
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is probably in there.
that movie, yeah, that one's got an RV.
Well, that's
I
what,
would-
but
yeah, I would-
there's a
I would-
famous RV scene.
Yeah, so I would, because they're kind of far. What is the? How do you say that? Far and few between.
Few and far
between. Yeah, I think you should just count them whenever they show up. So you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and like shitter's full. Like that whole the fact that the RV is there is a big part of that movie.
Right.
It's an RV movie.
Right.
I don't know any other RV movies.
Holiday Road. Doom, 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 doom. Pretty good. National Lampoon. They man, there's an awesome documentary
that's
about
what I
them.
was gonna say. There's a really cool hockey documentary coming out. ESPN's doing like a 2-hour like. It's kind of like a 30 for 30. It's like so fucking cool.
Is there anything better than just a super long documentary about something that you like?
I love documentaries.
Of
like
course.
I kind of stopped, but like conspiracy theory documentaries I could watch. I mean, like indefinitely. That could be the only thing I watch the rest of my life, and I'd probably be okay. Maybe hockey too.
Mm-hmm.
But like I love. You could get me on board with that. Remember when I watched that documentary about
The
Atlantis?
Atlantis one? Yes, I do.
I'm telling you, you still haven't watched this because you just won't listen to me. If you watch this thing, you'll be like, these motherfuckers found Atlantis.
I started it at one point.
You did? No.
Yeah, I watched like 20 minutes of it. It's on Disney Plus, right? Yeah.
It's National Geographic. Because what's his name in it? Isn't it?
James Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bump. Want to know what I think about all the time?
Mm.
You know that song that was playing nonstop when we were in Cancun?
Which one?
Follow the leader, leader, leader.
Oh, yeah.
Follow
Oh,
the
my
leader.
God. They had that shit on
Follow the
repeat.
leader, leader, leader. Follow the leader. I'll never hear that song again in my life, and I'll never forget that song. That is the best song of all time.
You know what I will say?
Because I actually did hear it again.
It's I'm surprised at how versatile that song actually is.
You could do it for anything.
Yes, that's what, and they used it for
Everything. Yeah.
They did a lot, dude. That silent disco was so fun.
Yeah.
There was one in Rochester a couple weeks ago, and I was like, do I want to go to this?
Yeah, I feel like
But I don't
going out of your way to go to one might be a lot of work.
Yeah,
Unless you have like a crew of people.
sure. You can say that about all kinds of things. though.
Yeah. But like going to a silent disco like solo would be a weird thing to do. Because it's not really a silent disco. You're just dancing. You know what I mean? Because that's
Yeah.
what's funny about a silent disco is like, even if they're not necessarily your friend, like your close friend, like people you came with, like you're watching them dance and you don't know what they're dancing to.
Right.
Whereas going solo, like you're just dancing with headphones on.
Yeah, but
Like you could just go to any bar and put on some noise canceling headphones and play your own music and dance and you'd be.
yeah, but I mean, I disagree with you on this. I think going to a silent disco alone, if you have to do something like that alone, that's the move because everybody else is also dancing and you're just not even that. But I mean, if you were to do that sort of thing at any other bar, though, that's what you'd be doing. You would people would be like, "What the fuck's going on?" Everybody's kind of doing their own thing and like. Because imagine going to like a real disco on your own. That's way weirder. just to dance. If you just want to dance.
Dance. Boogie Wonderland. Nailed it.
Yeah. For a
That
second,
was
I was
good.
not sure if you were going to remember the words to that. That reminds me of a story that I was thinking about yesterday. Just like the look you had on your face. So one time I went camping with my buddies, and it's still in high school, I think. And we wanted to go camping for this weekend. We got this little campsite, and so
It's not when Cheryl had the hookup, was it?
no, that was prom
Yeah.
camping. Good God, that's goddamn, that's so funny. Tw- I don't know if I want to. I mean, that story's so
No,
stupid,
yeah.
but so we go camping and we're all like drinking a lot. And you know, when you're like younger and you drink, sometimes you can get like a little bit emotional. So whatever. But
You guys were all crying?
no, we weren't crying, but we were just having such a great time. We were all great friends. And so our one buddy, he had like this stick that was probably like this, like it wasn't super long. It was like a foot and a half or something. And he
3-4
was
inches.
using that to like poke the fire. So the end of it was, it had a bunch of embers and stuff on it. So he stands up at one point and he's hammered, and he turns around and he turns back to us and he goes, I got an ET dick. I got an ET dick. He's holding it up to his crotch. It's so funny. So then I remember for some reason a little later on, there were 5 of us, and 4 of us, we're all just kind of in this big group hug. We're just like hugging each other. And we open up the circle to let the other guy in, and he's standing there a few feet away from us with the stick in his hand. And he's like smiling, and then he freezes. And he sticks the hot part of the stick down the front of his pants. And we go, whoa, 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 stop. We run over there and like stop him. And let me tell you something. I can't, because when we opened up to look at him, something came across his face, and I was like, he's not gonna. And then he did. Now, I can't show you the face that a person makes when they're about to shove a hot stick down the front of their pants. All I can promise you is that you know it when you see it.
No, I know that face.
Can you make it for us now?
No, I can't do that.
Yeah, that was a fun
What
trip.
did it? Was it? Why did he?
'Cause he was just hammered, and he was.
Did he think it was gonna be fun?
I
What
guess
was
he
the
might have.
freeze though? Why was he like?
Because he froze because he was. You could see the weird.
That idea came over. Yeah,
Yes.
that idea popped into his head.
It popped into
And he
his
was
head,
like,
and
"Dude,
there
I
was a
should put
second,
this stick in my
where
pants."
he had to make the decision whether he was going to commit to that or not, and it was incredible. So we had 2 tents, and he actually he decided he wanted to sleep outside.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, I know this.
Okay, and then so then you could hear like a bunch of coyotes from a distance, and then all of a sudden there's like this loud scream that I hear out of the tent, and I go, "You all right?" And he goes, "There's a raccoon," and this raccoon like crawled up right next to him. So he was like, "Canada, can I have your keys to sleep in your car?" So I was like, "Yeah, man." I gave him my keys, and he ended up sleeping in the car for that night. But that was a fun trip. I haven't been camping in so long.
I can't stop yawning. I'm on
Yeah,
like
I can
12
see your
yawns in a
eyes are
row.
watering because
I
of
know.
how much you're yawning.
Yeah, I love going camping. I've been camping a while there. I might have to mix one in.
I like.
A lot of people don't like camping though. Is the thing. I do though. I don't know. I feel like some people don't like camping because I don't even know. I guess it's not for everybody. But I like doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
I like fire. I like
Yep.
building fires.
obviously.
Yeah.
This is all going to be used in the trial.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm trying so hard not to yawn.
Yeah, you
I
didn't
don't
even
know.
do pools today.
No, I just,
You just had that weird. Good God.
I was trying to hold.
Did you get that one?
I was trying to hold it in.
The change is coming. It was about you turn into a werewolf or something.
I was trying to hold a yawn in.
Or the Fly, like when Jeff Goldblum turns into the Fly.
The fuck is the Fly? Who's Jeff Goldblum? I know Jeff Goldblum, but what's the Fly?
The Fly was a movie that he did where he had this huge mullet and he would turn into like a half man, half fly. And it was real freaky. I never saw it.
Half man, half fly?
Yeah.
Would he get fly eyeballs?
I think so.
Ooh,
At
on a
least
human
little bit.
face?
No, it was like, it looked really freaky. I don't have my phone to show you a picture, but it was like super weird. It was a remake because there was an old, like back in like I think The Fly might have been in the 50s, but like in the 40s and stuff when the Universal monster movies were super popular.
Yeah.
The Fly was like a movie that came out. I don't think
Fly.
it was all that. Isn't that so crazy that like all you had to do to make like a blockbuster movie was just put a spider like inside of a dollhouse?
Yeah. And people lost
like,
their marbles.
oh my god.
Yeah.
That spider's gonna get him.
Yeah.
Like that. God damn it.
Yeah.
It would, man. I don't know if like
We should make a movie like that. We should
I
buy
would
a
love to.
tarantula
I would love
and
to.
a dollhouse.
see how much like that can't cost a lot. Like even a nice dollhouse. Let's say we get like a nice dollhouse.
Probably
For, like,
expensive.
Yeah, but I think if we got a nice one, I think at most
Couple $100.
couple $100. I was gonna say like $250.
Maybe.
Like a real nice one. And then a tarantula. How much do tarantulas cost? I'm gonna say $27.
I have no clue. You
Actually, it
think
might be a
tarantulas are
lot.
cheap?
I don't
People
know.
have
People
tarantulas.
yeah, it
though.
feels like they're readily
I'm
available.
gonna look it up.
Okay, yeah.
How much is a tarantula?
I feel like you could buy them at like the Petco and stuff, like the various pet stores. Like they're readily available.
You want to know what I was talking about the other day?
Mm.
Banicula.
Oh, shout out Banicula, baby! Celery stalks at midnight. Hell yeah, dude! Hell yeah, Banicula.
Yeah, $25 or so. Ultra rare
shit.
tarantulas can sell for up to like 150, but
Well,
25
sure,
bucks.
but that's at that point you're
the
just
2022 price guide for tarantulas.
Jesus
Swear.
Christ, man. It's so fucking insane that we live in a time where because it's so easy to share information, there's
People think they
so
need to
much not that, but there's so much specified
That's-
material
like
out
somebody's
there.
like, I need to write this. I need to like document this on the internet.
Yeah, and they could and I'm sure that site gets enough clicks where they could make like a tiny bit of, a little bit of scratch from it, right? It's
Enough to
fucking
keep the
insane.
domain.
Exactly, and that's all because you do it for the passion.
I was gonna say because if you're making that, you're obviously passionate about tarantulas.
Yeah. You're not just like walking the streets and like
Yeah.
looking around being like, my God, this is what the world needs right now.
We need more information on the pricing
Not that
of
it's
tarantulas.
not that it's not important. Not that it's not important
That's not
information
that
to get out
important.
there, but it's something.
That information actually isn't that important.
I mean, we guessed it right here, so
Yeah.
I guess it's not, it's really not that
No.
necessary. You can probably
No.
pretty
And you could
easy-
just go to the store and be like, hey, can I get a tarantula?
You know
How
what?
much
I
is that one
think,
gonna
like,
run me?
One of the grossest parts to me, like if I had like a lizard or something, would not be like having a lizard or tarantula, but like you have to feed them like live crickets and stuff. And if I had a bunch of live crickets in my house, that I would.
You have a buddy that had a bearded dragon.
Mm-hmm.
He might still actually. He has, I think, one left. But he's had newts. You know what newts are?
Yeah.
He's had 2 newts for like, probably like 8 years, 9 years, I bet.
Wow.
There used to be 2. I think there's only 1 now. And I think one is Fig. I don't know. I don't remember which one's alive still. But one's name was Fig Newton and the other one's name was Sir Isaac Newton.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah.
You gotta. Those are the only two.
And he had bearded dragon. But I think they just had to give the bearded dragon away because they probably
They
were
get
sick.
aggressive. Well, do you remember in elementary school there was one teacher who
Yeah.
he had the coolest stuff. He had
Yeah.
an iguana in his room, and he had this like clubhouse made out of
Mhm.
plywood
I
that you could like
recall.
climb on, and you're supposed to like sit up there and read or some shit or whatever.
Yeah, there
but-
was books on the inside of it.
Yeah, there
I
were
didn't have
books
him as
on
a
the inside.
teacher, but
I had him as a teacher, and the year that I showed up, no iguana because the previous year it had gotten too aggressive. It had whacked like a ton of kids, and they also had to take down the clubhouse the year that I was there. 4th grade was maybe the worst year. It was one of the worst years of my life. Like, when I think back on it, like
just because of those two things.
No, I don't. I mean, I really don't know. But when I think back on that, I'm like, that's like the sad.
I didn't know
maybe
they took
that's
the treehouse down.
It was well because they had to clean everything. That was the year they like tore everything up because of like asbestos and that.
I didn't even know there was asbestos at that
I don't know
school.
if there was asbestos, but I think it was like, if we don't change it, then there could be asbestos. So they had to like.
That's not how asbestos works.
Well, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But I just know that they had to tear everything
I don't
up.
think. I guess I could be wrong. I don't think that's how asbestos works.
I don't know. I mean, that school was built in like the 50s. They were
liked
still
that
using
school.
asbestos back then,
That
right?
was a good school. I liked that school.
Yeah, me too.
It's the best of the elementary schools.
I completely agree. And I know we went there, so it's like, but I'm telling you.
No, it was.
Yeah, it absolutely was.
And it was just like bricks. You think our bricks are painted over?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I've heard so many rumors about what they do. So when you're in 5th grade at this school, which is when we left elementary school, they would have you paint your name on a brick.
Like
and
it had like
a bunch of
know
stuff on there.
like school walls, like big bricks.
Yeah.
And they were all the walls were painted white in the hallways.
In the hallways
of
the school.
And so when you were in 5th grade, like your last art project for art class was you got to paint a brick and like however you wanted to paint it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've heard so many rumors about like what they actually do with those bricks and stuff that I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to sound crazy because I think I was still in high school the last time I was there. But the last time I was there, my brick was there. Like I could.
Oh,
I
really?
Could,
oh yeah, I know. I remember where.
I
where it is. I
brick.
could definitely find it, but
I know. Yeah, last time I was there, it was still there. I wonder if they still let kids paint bricks.
It's a good question.
Probably not.
Yeah, I wonder.
No.
I'm trying to think of like how
one
painting
kid's brick
bricks
may
could be like.
One kid's brick may offend somebody else, and they.
Well, that's what I'm trying to think of. Like how I'm trying to think of like what way
you're allowed
to
paint your
to
brick
it.
in only neutral colors.
Sure.
And lowercase fonts only.
I'm like trying to like.
And like some bricks were really fucking good, and some bricks were so shitty.
Oh yeah, a lot. There were a lot.
I had
bricks.
like a very middle of the pack brick. Like my brick was cool to me, but it was like.
I honestly think mine was probably shitty.
Yeah, probably. I've seen your artwork. I've seen
like mine. I had like Elvis on it, like a bad drawing of Elvis. It was like a full body
Did
Elvis.
You have a music
obviously,
note?
probably somewhere around there to express to the viewer that his guitar was making sounds.
I think I had a music note on mine.
Oh, because your saxophone? Do you think?
I don't know. I hope not.
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
But for whatever reason, I feel like I had a music note on mine.
Because you don't play the saxophone anymore, but Elvis is always cool.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Ain't no money, hell no.
Have you seen the trailer for that Elvis movie? They're making an Elvis movie with Tom Hanks and some guy.
No. Tom Hanks is playing Elvis?
No, Tom Hanks is... See, this is the thing. I've been thinking about this movie. Because I love Elvis.
You do love Elvis.
Tom Hanks is playing like his manager or something, like the guy who like discovered Elvis.
Yeah.
And it seems like I don't like that seems to be such a big focus on the movie. Like I feel like they're kind of
because it's Tom Hanks, they're going to focus more on the manager than Elvis.
Oh, for sure. Well, not necessarily more, but like, well, actually, yes, probably more.
More than they should. Whatever the ratio you think should be will be skewed because it's Tom Hanks.
I think that based on that, it seems to me like this is going to be a movie about
the management,
the manager of Elvis, and how he like made Elvis and stuff, and how Elvis dealt with that and things, instead of a movie about Elvis, which I know that there's a lot of biopics and stuff, and some of them aren't great, and I almost get the sense that people in Hollywood are maybe thinking, we need an angle on this, like the fucking like King Richard, right? How it's it's like Venus and Serena Williams.
King Richard yet,
me neither, but it's all about their dad instead of being about like the stars of the show. And like just make an Elvis movie, man.
It was so hard for me to focus on trying to listen to what you were saying because all I could think of in my head was, saw the ghost of Elvis.
Oh, my God.
On Union Avenue. Followed him up to the gates of Graceland. And I watched him walk right through. Now security, they did not see him. They just hovered round his tomb. But there's a pretty little thing waiting for the king down in the jungle room. When I was walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off a peel, walking in Memphis.
Your mic a little way.
But do you really feel the way I feel walking in Memphis? Wow, that was something special.
You know the best part of that song
I can't even
is?
hear myself in my headphones anymore. I'm going to turn us down so much.
Yeah, I mean,
I got pipes. What am I supposed to do?
This is why people tune into this
Yeah.
show, is for the music and for the amount of episodes with just the two of us recently. Not a lot of music.
Yeah.
Muriel plays piano every Friday at the Hollywood, and they brought me down to see her,
And they asked me if I would do a little number.
I gotta finish it. And I sang with all my might. She said,
Tell me, are you a Christian child? And I said, ma'am, I am tonight, walking in Memphis. This episode might get copyrighted.
but do you really feel the way I feel?
What a song.
Yeah, that song's fucking great.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start singing that one.
Mark Cohen.
At Yoke.
MARC.
MARC. Yeah, I know. I've been running into more and more MARCs lately.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I like the K. I like the K for Mark.
Yeah, MARC, it seems like you're trying a little too hard.
You know what it's like? You know how some people, if their name is Christopher, instead of Chris, they go with Topher? Yeah. There's like a couple, like Topher Grace from that 70s show. He plays Eric. That's what he does. And there's like other people that do that. That is Mark with a C to me, except you're not making that choice, though.
Topher is a way worse than Mark with a C.
Yeah, but I say for the name Mark, that's the equivalent. Topher, I don't know. When I found out that that's like what that was, I was like, what the
I always
fuck?
thought like Topher was a nickname. I feel like I've heard
Yeah.
people call people Topher before.
Yeah, because their full name is probably Christopher.
Topher.
Tofa.
Couldn't imagine.
Depends on where you grow up, I guess, how the accent
Yeah,
sounds.
but you and I have different opinions on a lot of names. Like, you're a big Bill guy.
I'm a huge Bill guy, absolutely.
If I was going to name a child William, I would want it to be William. Like, I wouldn't want any... Maybe Willie at the very least.
Willie. Slick
But I
Willie
like
Canada.
William. And I'm just not a Bill guy.
Yeah. Well, my thing is like, you know, my best friend's name is Bill.
Yeah.
And there were when I met him, he was Billy. And there were other guys that I knew whose names were Billy. And as we were, like, getting older, I was like, Billy is the name of, like, a 4-year-old. Like, I'm not going to call you Billy.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm just calling Bill.
Yeah.
And I do that,
Is his name William?
Yeah.
Start calling him William.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
He's the third.
Yeah, I know. The problem is I don't get to see him much anymore because he's too scared to come around me. He doesn't want me to pump his eyes closed.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you say, kid.
Listen, man, it is what it is.
That just, oh my God. So I watched Jackass 2.5 yesterday.
Yeah. Did you watch
2.5?
4.5?
Yes, I did. Have you watched it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw you watching it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What inspired me to watch it.
I didn't. It's cool the way they do those because I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought it was all just like bits that got cut, but they do like it's almost a documentary about the making of the
Well, it's both.
movies. Exactly.
It's a good mix of both. There was a really
They're
I know
awesome.
you had a story to tell, but there was
No.
actually a really cool part in that. And it was like Pontius and Steve-O sitting together, like doing like a
Yeah.
behind the scenes, and they were talking about like how they always had fun doing it, but they forgot how much fun they had together specifically, like when they were doing stuff.
Yeah. Man.
And I was like, it was a cool conversation to see them have, because they were like, they're like, we all have fun here. He's like, but for whatever reason, like when him and I haven't seen each other in a while and we get together and like we're on, like we're fucking on.
Oh,
Like we
yeah.
nail everything we do.
There's a reason Wild Boys was a show.
Yeah.
Like, because the two of them together is phenomenal. And they're like, and that's the number one thing I love about Jackass, and I feel like I've said it a million times, is like, it's just friends being together. And that's
Did we
awesome.
talk about this last week?
I bet we've talked about it a million fucking times.
Because you want to know where my head always goes is to Fantasy Factory, and I feel like that we definitely had that conversation last week.
We definitely had that conversation super recently.
Yeah.
But I like Chris Pontius a lot. I will. You know what I'll say after watching 4.5 and then 2.5?
What?
And like, you know, Jackass Forever was the first Jackass shit I ever saw. But I feel pretty confident watching the 4.5 now that might be the best one. Because 4.5 is so good. Because a big part of like 2.5 is a lot of the bits that they get cut are ones that where people, they don't necessarily get like super like fucked up or injured, but they're not having a good time.
Yeah.
Like you can it just, the stunts they do don't play funny. 4.5, all the stuff they show plays funny. Like it still could have worked in the movie.
I mean, at the time, like when they first started shooting those, it was they probably didn't film as much content.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They just
Sure.
didn't have the time and the resources to do as much stuff, so they were just, you know. So the cut scenes were scenes of things going
I
wrong.
see, right,
not
because yes.
stuff that just didn't make the movie.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Because everything that was good was making the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it. I could not live and hang out on that set. Like there's just a constant fear of like you can't even just go to the bathroom. They'll just blow your toilet up.
Yeah. But you know what, like the second that wears off though, there's just such a release of pressure, and that's why like it's got to be so fun. You have that build up but Steve-O, one of the things that I have grown to appreciate about Steve-O so much, like listening to his podcasts and stuff, is the way that guy will use his body for his comedy. And I'm not talking about just stunts. Obviously, there's tattoo stuff, but I heard him say recently that he wants to get breast implants. He wants to get fake tits for like a gag and like do a video about it or whatever. I'm like, that's dedication, dude.
Yeah.
Like Christian Bale losing all that fucking weight or whatever, and Joaquin Phoenix for the Joker, like that's crazy. That's something else. But
like
that's commitment.
When in like the first or second Jackass, when Ryan Dunn tries to brand a penis onto Bam Margera,
Oh my fucking
and Bam's
God.
showing his mom, and he's like, "Well, it was supposed to just be one, but he couldn't hold the damn thing still or whatever," and she's like, "Is that permanent?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's a fucking brand. What do you mean is it permanent?" And like, I would love to see what that looks like on his ass right now, because that's hysterical.
I don't know, man.
And like his mom freaking out, "Is that permanent?" And his dad's like, "If you're gonna do it, you should have got it at least a little bigger. Like make it, you know." Yeah.
Again, watching 2.5 and stuff, and watching like the old Bam things, because obviously he's not like a part of it anymore, or at least right now.
He was in 3.
Yeah, he was in 3, but doing that stuff, because obviously he was like so fucking young when they started doing Jackass, and pranking his parents and stuff like that seems like that's like a kid thing. But still watching him do it, like, it's so fucking funny. Like his mom is like April Margera, dude. And also they're from they live in Westchester, but they have like a Philly fucking accent, which is my favorite accent. That accent is so funny. And so there's this part in 2.5 where they go in and they fire like these massive bottle rockets all
Roman
over
candles.
the kitchen. Yeah. And she walks over and she's like, "It melted the carpet." Bam! Oh, it melted the carpet. Like she can't say melted. It melted it. It melted the carpet. Oh, bam. Dude, there's this. I'll send you the video. There's this like 30-minute thing from the Cumtown podcast where they like riff about Jackass. I want to talk. It'd be stupid to like tell about it, right? Just like regurgitate what they said right here, but it's so funny because they do impressions of like Phil and Ape, and it's so fucking good. I'll say one. They're like "Oh, Bam Margera, it's 3 a.m. and this is sucking Phil's dick." And they go in, and it's like Oh, Bam, don't suck my dick. Like, oh, come on, Bam. You know I got to get up for work in the morning.
He always had to get up for work.
He always had to get up for work.
Yeah.
Oh, classic film.
Yeah, they did that. They did the one similar to that where they were sleeping and they put like the garbage can full of like 1,000 firecrackers.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's so great because then they get him in his car. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's funny shit. Yeah, I know. I wish that. I wonder if you can watch the TV show anywhere.
I don't know. I think you can watch like some from because here at Jeff Tremaine on Steve-O's podcast, like one of the things they talk about, I think you can watch. Like the episodes are like will be edited a lot because a lot of that stuff they didn't get people to sign releases.
Yeah.
So those clips are just you can't use them.
Yeah, I know. Well, what are you gonna do? I'm sure you can watch them on YouTube. That's where I used to when I was on my silent library binge.
I forgot about that show.
So fucking fun.
Yeah. They should bring that back. I think they might have actually for a while. But something like that was fun. Man, all those fucking cable channels now, I mean, they're just so bad. Like comedy, you remember when Comedy Central was like a good network?
Yeah.
It's just Office reruns and then there's like Wednesdays at 10, you have fucking 30 minutes of South Park and then that's it. They have the Daily Show too, which is still 4 nights a week, I think at like 11 or something. But that show fucking sucks.
Tosh.0 was funny.
Yeah, dude. They canceled. They got.
Yeah.
I mean, Tosh was on forever, so who knows? I mean, he might have just left, but they canceled. That, and it's the same thing with MTV. It's literally all just reruns of something else. Well, MTV, at least their thing that they show all the time is ridiculousness. That
yeah,
like
well, they still have
repeat, but
like new reality shows that they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they do like.
Oh yeah.
Like I know they were doing like Floribama Shore and stuff like that.
Right. Exactly.
Nothing good, but
that's something. It's better than
it's new
Office
stuff.
reruns.
I'm sure people
like,
are watching it.
Like, how can you how can you be allowed to do that? Like, how do you? What's the point in even paying to have the cost of running a network at that point?
Yeah.
When you're just, I mean,
there's
like one fucking desktop in the Comedy Central headquarters that's running that whole network.
There's a
It's fucking stupid.
There's a filter, there's like a thing on TikTok.
Is it like the sad face?
No, well that's funny too.
Oh, okay.
But this one's like, that is funny. This one's like use this. Like, or it's like this filter either tells you if you're gonna be like a hot mom or like a cigarette mom, like a cigarette and Mountain Dew kind of mom. Oh. So I had to fire it off, right, to see what I looked like. And so what people will do is like they'll take videos of themselves and then they'll like flick the filter on and instantly they'll just act like, because it's mostly people that look. I think all people probably look like cigarette moms in it. Like that's the point.
Oh, okay.
And so then they'll instantly like start saying like funny shit. You know what I mean? Like imitating. You know, like that. And so I didn't record a video, obviously, but I wanted to see what I looked like in it and tell me that I would not, like, just, yeah. I mean, if, like, I had no beard, I'd be a short-haired cigarette mom, for sure.
You would look like Charlie's mom on It's Always Sunny.
Yeah. I kind of do with the beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's who I would be as a mother. Thank God. I can't bear child.
Yeah, I thank God every day.
You want to do the Hoop of the Week?
Yeah, let's do the Hoop of the Week because I'm excited about this one. But I'm trying to remember what the fuck we decided. Oh, shit. This is the hardest part of doing this podcast is remembering. Oh, yeah. So, oh, my God, this is such a good Who Would Win. This week's Who Would Win of the Week is Stanley Yelnats, who is Shia LaBeouf's character from Holes, the main character from Holes, versus Ed from Good Burger, played by Kel Mitchell. We were just watching Good Burger.
Well, the thing is, that very end of that movie is the tell-all, be-all.
Exactly. That's a huge part. And if we hadn't just watched it, I would have forgotten it.
Yeah, I would have definitely forgot that too. Because you assume that Ed is so stupid.
Yeah.
But he's actually a genius.
When there's a lot of pressure, Ed pulls through.
Yeah.
And I just fucking shout out to Kel Mitchell, man. Like that guy.
And you even, you know what though?
So good.
You even said it when we were watching it and you didn't even realize because you're like, you can't just bring something to a police station and be like, yeah, this is where I got this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he kind of was like, yeah, what was I going to do? Like,
That's right. Oh, I forgot that happened.
So
yeah,
he's like, I had to pour it
The-
all in the batch of meat.
Yeah, the evidence against Mondo Burger.
The exploding burgers. I do want to say, though, I bet you Mondo burgers were fire.
Because all the shit they put in them.
Dude.
That's hard to argue. They didn't look very good, though.
No, but that's because they weren't a real burger. We should do you think you're allowed to open a Mondo burger? If we wanted to open
Nickelodeon, like under that name, no. They own it's crazy. Like it's crazy the way that networks and stuff will do that. They own
public. Well, when's it come into public domain?
When does Mondo Burger come into 100? I mean, right now it's 100 years for something, but I don't know how that affects. No, it does. Yeah, no, because it affects all intellect. Wait, I have no fucking idea. But I just know like Mickey Mouse, his 100 years is coming up. Yeah. So I think Mondo Burger, the same rules apply. It'd be like a full century.
I want to try to go to. Well, you got a wedding and stuff coming up super again. I want to try to go to Universal for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, like this coming New Year's Eve.
Yeah, like at the end of December.
Yeah, can I come?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Like make it a long weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then you could go like, I don't know what day. Like is the off day, right? Because you either get like Monday or Friday off or something. But you could even like take an extra day off. So you know what I mean? And like whichever one it is, and like so you can leave on like either Thursday night or like Friday morning.
Yeah.
And then like because I think New Year's Eve is a Saturday.
Oh, nice.
So you could do like Parks Friday, like or like not even. You could just go to the boardwalk and either way Parks and then Parks Saturday and then like be on the boardwalk or even in the park, maybe.
Yeah, I bet you whatever it is they do good. That Universal City Walk is really cool.
Yeah, City Walk.
It's really fun.
And I've never really spent time there.
Yeah, that's true. It's a lot of just like walking through.
Like we've gone to restaurants and stuff there, but I think you could make a whole day out of going to City Walk.
I don't know.
Maybe
about
not a whole day,
but I think there is.
But a night.
You could definitely make
an
a
afternoon.
Night. That was like their big thing. I feel before Disney really expanded into Disney Springs.
Yeah,
was like
well,
Universal
Disney Springs
was
is crack cocaine now. Like you have, I could live in Disney
wild.
Springs. You'd never have to leave. They have everything. Do they have a grocery store?
No,
but they do on Disney property.
Yeah, they must somewhere. Publix. I fucking love Publix,
Me too.
dude. Publix
Listen,
fucking rules.
I actually saw a tweet about this the other day.
We'll get back to the who would win in a second.
Yeah.
Just relax.
I forgot we were even doing the who would win. Publix subs are so good.
The
dude.
bread. The
People,
bread is excellent.
Like, I like a Wegman sub. Don't get me wrong. But there are people who are like, Publix subs are good, but not better than Wegman subs. That's crazy. Publix subs, the roll exactly is so much. Like Wegmans doesn't have like a good like hard roll.
I'm gonna go to Jersey Mike's after that.
I want a Wegman sub.
Yeah, I've been falling really flat on Wegman subs recently
had
because
one
I've been
forever.
thinking about Publix, like for some reason. Like
I want a
as the
Publix
weather
sub.
gets, this is like sandwich weather. It's always sandwich weather.
No,
for me,
I
but,
eat
like,
so many subs, but I do agree that there's subs from like a pizza place are winter subs. You know the
I like
roll
that. I
I'm
like that
referring to?
Oh, of course.
Kind of like
Of
a John's roll almost.
Yeah, John's,
A
David's.
a pizza place roll.
Yeah, of course.
David's, yeah, that kind of roll. Like that's a winter roll.
Yeah,
That's a winter sub.
I agree. You know why? Because those subs, I feel like they really are there to get the job done. Like
They're hard.
They know
hearty
what
sub.
the assignment is,
Mhm.
and like this is it. This is what we're gonna be. Here you go.
It's a
And
dense, hearty sub.
But also, like David's, for example, because they give you like the real like pieces of lettuce, and there's a crunch to that lettuce that's so good. And like I don't necessarily. I mean, I guess I never really thought about shredded lettuce before, but because that's like
the
what
only
they
time
give
I
you
like
all those
shredded
places,
lettuce.
but
The only place. Yeah, and you eat it on, and I eat it on subs, like, but really like shredded lettuce is for tacos.
Yeah,
And that's really it.
Man, I was on this podcast like Discord for a while, and it wasn't like great. It was a lot of people like, I should be on podcasts, like let me on your podcast. And this one guy was like, I am an excellent podcast guest. Have me on, and I will be able to talk about a variety of topics. Or, it was like, I'll be able to talk whatever you want. And I was like, what? So what can you do? Because I'm like, this guy's full of shit. So I'm like, so what do you got? And he goes, name a topic, and I will say something about it. And I'm like, iceberg lettuce, go. No response. And I'm like, okay, this guy's piece of
stumped
shit.
him with iceberg?
Yeah, which
easiest
sometimes
thing
I
to
think
talk
about that and
about.
I get so fucking angry because if you hear iceberg lettuce and you have to like if somebody rushed in you right now.
I could go on and on right now.
Yeah, obviously, because it's fucking.
It's the most dominant form of lettuce.
Iceberg lettuce is bullshit.
But that's why it's the most dominant form of lettuce.
Good, but like it's so like
it's nothing.
You know
it's
how
crispy
there's that
water.
Exactly.
And
there's
it's
that,
so good.
There's that Ron Swanson quote where he says, "Skim milk is water pretending to be milk. Iceberg lettuce is water pretending to be lettuce."
And that's why I've since been dipping my toes into the romaine game. Like that's my go-to lettuce.
Baby, I've been on romaine since I was a young man.
But a lot of times I will buy, because you can buy like leafy green romaine, or you can buy like hearts of romaine.
Yeah.
If you're buying like bagged lettuce.
Yeah.
I get the hearts.
Yeah, you get the hearts, bud. Because you know what? You can also use those for sandwiches. You can tear Pete off, and it's excellent.
But hearts of romaine is. The heart of a romaine lettuce is pretty much just a piece of iceberg lettuce.
Yeah. But it's so good.
Brings me to one more topic before we get into the Hoot of the Week.
Sure.
Because I want to sub so bad. But wedge salads.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about wedge salads?
I have to do all the work?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing back there?
I don't understand it.
I don't get it.
I've never understood a wedge salad.
You just give me half a head of
and
like,
people are like
cabbage.
fired up like that it's a wedge salad, not a regular salad.
You know why? I think because like a lot of times with the wedge salad, they'll like put it on the grill real quick and it just like gets a couple grill marks on it. Oh yeah.
See, but that would be warm lettuce. I don't like
it's
warm
literally
lettuce.
well, that's the thing is they literally just like tss, and then off, like enough to like get a little, make it look good, and then it's done. Like it looks nice
like
though.
Gooey.
Yeah, but they don't do it like it's still.
But it's
really
literally
not that terrible.
a quarter of a head of iceberg lettuce. Like they literally just must have heads on deck back there, and there's quarter them.
Yeah,
and then they
put that on a plate.
And then they just dump an entire bottle of like blue cheese on it.
Yeah,
and throw a couple carrots and tomatoes on the side.
Yeah.
And they're like wedge salad, and
like,
people are like, "Woo!"
It's like, great, this isn't done.
Yeah,
send it back.
Yeah. Can I get a wedge salad? Well done, please.
They're just gonna toss you a bag of spring mix, which, by the way, fuck spring mix.
Dude,
I don't give a shit about spring mix.
Little
dude.
red pieces of cabbage or lettuce, whatever that shit is.
Fucking.
And little carrot strings.
Welcome back to the salad episode of Two in the Cooler. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. This week's Who Would Win of the Week.
Okay, now I feel like we're at the right
level.
Did
we ever actually say who it was?
Yes, we did, but I'm gonna say it one more time. In case you forgot, in case you're so fucking angry thinking about lettuce the way I am right now.
How good is a sub sound, though?
I gotta figure out.
Are you going home tonight?
No, I'm sticking around.
Because
we're going.
Yeah, Happy Mem
tomorrow.
Day.
That's right. This is gonna come out
days
after Memorial Day.
Yeah.
This week's Who Would Win is Stanley Yelnats, Shia LaBeouf's character from Holes, the main guy from Holes, versus Ed from Good Burger. We talked about how Ed, in a high pressure situation, that's when Ed's brain starts working, which makes a lot of sense to me.
Before we continue, though, you have to give me your best. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. May I take your order?
Fuck.
I'll give you mine.
Okay.
I didn't practice this at all. I'm gonna be. This is gonna be so bad.
Yeah. Good thing we're doing it for thousands of people.
Fuck, this is gonna be bad. Like I can hear the way that it's gonna come out, and it's not it, but I can't figure out how to change it. I can't get it there. Oh, it's gonna be bad. All right, I just gotta say. Welcome. Oh,
see you fucked up by bailing. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, let me hear you go.
I was so nervous watching you just then has given me more confidence than I've ever had in my life. Does it have to be like Ed?
Yeah,
try to sound like Ed.
That's what I was trying to do.
Let me get my neck loose. Oh god, something cracked. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Oh God, I could feel the audio peak.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't good. But I was trying to.
The order was good.
I was trying to not do it quite Ed. Like I want to do it. Like
a little on-Ed.
My take on it would be full surfer guy.
Yeah. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. May I take your order?
Let me tell you something. If I was Nickelodeon casting, you would not have gotten the part of Ed, but you would have been in that movie. That was a line reading like, we can find something for this guy. Yeah. He's not going to get the part that he's auditioning for, but like,
we can put him somewhere. We should get him somewhere.
Yeah, we'll find a spot for him in that movie. That was really good.
Appreciate that. I just have a great stage presence.
That's true. That is true. As far as based on your karaoke. Focusing up.
Yeah, back to where we are.
So, the Ed, high pressure situations, that's where he really excels. Stanley Yelnats is, honestly, he's a ball of anxiety. He's very, very anxious guy.
It's tough, though, because you can say this about both characters. Like, the problem with Ed is that he gets him, like, he does stupid shit and finds himself into, like, situations. You know what I mean? Like, he's just not a thinker for almost all of the time until, again, like you said, those high-pressure situations. And that's kind of a progression that you see over the course of that movie. Now, Stanley is kind of the same way, because when he finally decides to go for it and, like, run, and, like, they find God's thumb, that's what it's called, right? It's got onions and fresh water.
Yeah. Something like that.
He fucking sent it. He was like, you know what? Like, I'm sick of taking other people's shit. Like, I'm going.
Now that we're talking about it, it's almost like these guys are different sides of the same coin, because Ed, his soul isn't weighed down in the slightest. He is the guy's practically floating. Nothing gets to him. He's so pure. Stanley has so much on his mind constantly with, his family troubles, now having to go dig all these fucking holes. Like, that kid, that's why he's so fucking anxious, right? Like, he's got a lot on his shoulders.
Weight of the world, man.
Weight of the world for Stanley Yelnats. I could say that name all fucking day.
Yeah.
But you're right. When it comes down to it, they're both able to do what needs to get done from different ways. Stanley's way is almost in like the pressure makes diamonds way, whereas Ed's is like he can see this path so clearly because there's literally nothing else clouding his head.
I love you. That was the most well articulated statement you've ever had in this podcast. Yeah, chef's kiss that shit. That was very good. I like the way they said that because I agree. Like, pressure makes diamonds versus nothing to lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Good Burger's great. Holes is a great fucking movie. I want to, dude. I want to.
Also,
I wish
it up, boom. I mean, that's great.
When he finds the lipstick in Holes, the bullet lipstick.
Yeah.
That woman that plays that character,
the blonde woman,
that is like the runner from Ginger.
Who run? Okay, I thought you were talking about in the flashbacks.
She's really good at that.
That's
role.
Sigourney Weaver from like Aliens and Ghostbusters.
Yeah, you're correct.
I know,
but like I don't. I didn't know. Like I didn't know. You know. But then I'm like, oh yeah. She is. She nailed that.
Yeah.
And kind of so the old guy's famous too. Who is the old guy?
Yeah, that's what the fuck is that guy's name?
Not husband. Who is that guy to her?
He just works there. I think they might have a thing, Mr. Sir.
He dreams of that.
Well, because there's that. Let me remember his name real quick, and then we'll, you know who we're talking about, right, Emily? What's that guy's name?
He's Angelina.
John Voight. John Voight.
John Voight.
He is Angelina Jolie's dad. Angelina Jolie's dad, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Do you think he can curve a bullet? I think that's where she learned it from.
Just like your old man. But there's that part in Holes where they are arresting Mr. Sir, and they're like, "Are you like Meredith or whatever?" And one of the other kids is like, "I didn't know Meredith was a man's name," and he goes, "It's not." What does that mean? What is that? Like, what does that mean for him though? And that why?
No,
is he?
Well, that's why he's embarrassed of it. He's like, yeah, it's not. I should be embarrassed. You think that he? Yeah.
The way that it
That
comes
movie was
off,
ahead of its time.
it
is what
comes
you're
off
saying.
as if he's like, it comes off as if he
but that's the thing is he wasn't.
hide.
Well, yeah, he was like hiding from the law. Like he was a fugitive. Like like when they found him, they were like, "Oh, like we've been on the hunt for
Exactly,
you.
exactly.
You're not who you say you are."
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if we look at it though,
Yeah. How are these two sides of this coin going to match up against each other?
I
really,
think
when the fists start to fly.
you want to know what the thing is too? Is they're both like not coordinated people.
True. However, if we look at it, Ed's lack of coordination is an advantage, almost in the way of like Jackie Chan's Drunken Master. Have you ever seen those movies?
No.
They fucking rule. But he's like a drunk guy, and he like that.
But I know
that's
what you
lets him
mean.
do
Like
his good kung fu.
Like the way that I look at it is like they say like when you're drunk and you like fall or something, you're
Right.
less likely to get hurt because your body's just limp. Like you
Yeah.
don't. Whereas if you fall and you're not, and you like stiffen up because you know you're about to fall, and then you get hurt. You just gotta go limp sometimes, man.
Yeah, and Stanley is and also Stanley would start swinging first, I think, because again he'd be like, "Oh my god, his fight or flight would kick in and would be like just these wild, uncoordinated attacks." And Ed, somehow he'd be like, "Ugh, ugh," and then like
he'd be
and then
Whoa!
Accidentally like
he would be doing a lot of this.
like fucking smack him in the face.
He would like still be dodging like the first punch, and like the second one would be coming in, and like Stanley would be opened up, and Ed wouldn't even realize it, and he'd be like, "Well," and he would like sucker Stanley
and just
like knock him out. Yeah, just jump.
straight up. I think that's
I think that's all she wrote. I agree. I think Ed wins this fight,
absolutely.
and
man.
I'm pro Stanley. Like I think he showed a lot of grit in that movie. Like he goes in there a bitch, and he comes out like with some sandpaper to
the
him.
lives of everyone at that camp are changed because of
Of him.
Stanley Yelnats and his bravery.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Zero.
why we're here today to give him the Kennedy Honors Medal of Freedom Purple Hearts.
Is that what it's called?
No.
Did you make that up?
That was just a bunch of different
Yeah.
ones combined.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely locking in Ed.
Locking in Ed from Good Burger. Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. Who would win of the week? When I looked, Captain Underpants versus Captain Crunch was 100%. What did it end at?
It's it was. I think Captain Underpants. Captain Underpants did win, but I'm
Captain
not sure.
Underpants won?
Dude, people
Were passionate about it?
Yeah, all the comments are pro Captain Underpants.
Really?
Yeah.
People are stupid. What are you going to do? Shout out to our listeners. What do you think?
I don't know. Have we been
Yeah.
going for a long time?
I mean, we're definitely fine. What do you got, though?
Oh, man. I don't. I don't.
Oh, Shinner.
Brutal. Yeah, this table.
Yeah, we need a new one.
I know, but the thing is, it's a good size for this room.
Yeah, but we might need a new one anyway.
I'm going to get new boom poles, I think. To
like
like
BPs?
Yeah, to good ones. I want to get like the Rode ones that everybody has. Stick with these microphones, though, because these are good mics.
I like these mics.
You know what else? Like, they're such a conversation starter.
People love them.
People love these gold mics.
Yeah.
Like,
They're
I was like,
they're like, wow, you got gold mics? And
Yeah.
we're like, they're not.
no, they're not
Yeah.
expensive. They're like, nope.
Yeah.
but they're good. That's kind of like we were talking a couple weeks ago about like a who would win song,
Yeah.
and that is kind of like the tune
Mm-hmm.
in my head. When
Something
I
with a
think-
little bit of groove.
yeah, a little bit of groove for sure. Who would win of the week? Not it doesn't fit perfectly,
Yeah.
people, but it's on the right track.
Who would win of the week?
Yeah. Win. Love, take me down to the streets. We should just use that tune.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll be a problem.
I think
That's a
it's a
completely
song.
made up song. I think
The Wings.
Dude, A.D. Miles, he's so funny. He was when we were talking about him a couple weeks ago or whenever the fuck that was. Head writer for Jimmy Fallon, I think he still is. He was in Wet Hot American Summer, and they did this great behind the scenes documentary about the making of that movie, and because he's not in that movie for very long, but he is so fucking funny when they're all just hanging out. He's
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, do one of your poems or something. They're like, do one of your songs. And he goes, I'm the kind of guy who walks on the sidewalk, not on the street, 'cause I don't want a car to roll over my feet. 'Cause with a flat foot, I couldn't walk very good. And if I'm going to talk, then I'd better be able to walk the walk as well. And you could tell he just made that up. And it's just so, goddamn, it's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I heard somebody use the term swinging jaws the other day. Like he was saying, like, we were just sitting around with our buddies, like, having a couple beers, like, shooting the shit, like, catching up, like, telling old stories. He's like, oh, it's fucking great to be back with the boys. Like, we're just a bunch of fellas sitting around swinging jaws. And I was like, wow, what a term.
That's a good name for a podcast.
Swinging
Jaws. We own
that.
that. We own that now.
Suck it, pussies.
Hey, sorry, it's us now.
Yeah. Suck it, pussies. I don't know why I got aggressive. I feel
Swinging
bad.
jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yin and yaws.
Honestly, the only thing I care about is sitting around talking with people, like shooting the shit. I don't really like
Nothing
anything else.
matters.
I do like the new Lego Star Wars a lot, but
that's what that song is actually about. Nothing really matters to me except for swinging jaws.
And I think that's a good way to end it.
Andy, I love you.
I love you too. Thanks for coming in again on a Saturday. And
I had to come out and drive all the way to work on a Saturday. I cannot believe it took me till right now to say that. This is the second Saturday in a row that we've had to record. And like Friday night, I've been sitting there thinking, like, I can't wait to say that. Like, I wish I could have started the episode with that.
Return at the bank. That's one of the best. That's one of the best quotes of all time.
All the way to work.
All
the way to work on a Saturday?
All
and he literally drives across the street.
Oh, my God. So fucking good. All right. I love you, Matthew.
Yep.
Thanks, folks. Let's get out of here.